Hey everybody, it's Bjorn from WP Learning Lab. In this video, I'm going to show you how to track user interaction with a Vimeo video embedded on your website. Now, after you've completed this video tutorial, you will be able to see in your Google Analytics reports how many people press play on a video, how many people stop a video, at which point they stop it, at either 25% or less, 25 to 50% of video played, 50 to 75% of video played, or if they completed the video completely. And we're going to do this with a script created by Sander Heilbron. This is an awesome script. It really makes this video tracking very easy. And if you have an important video on your website, like say a sales video, you want to know how many people are watching the whole thing. Or at the very least, you want to know how many people are watching until they've at least seen the sales pitch. And there's a lot of other use cases as well for tracking video interaction. But whatever your use case may be, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to show you how to make that tracking a reality. We have to go to Sander Heilbron's website, which is sanderheilbron.nl/vimeo.ga.js. Will take us right to the page we want. And I've linked to it below this video, so you don't have to worry about typing out his name correctly. And there are a couple things on this page that are important. First is the download button, where you actually download the script to your hard drive. And if we scroll down a bit more, there's the implementation of the script. So we want, I use the with some options, which adds some extra options that are very useful in your Google Analytics reports. And we're going to want to have all of this data on our webpage, which we're going to take care of in this tutorial. And then if you scroll down a bit further, it explains what you see in your Google Analytics reports, which I will show you live once we get there. But the rest of the information, just read through it if you want to. You don't really need to know it. All you really need to know is download the script and then how to change the Vimeo embed code in order to work with the script. And that's it. That's all you have to know. So first you want to click on download, which I've already done, and I've got the script in a folder on my hard drive. And next you want to go into our hosting account and upload that script to the root of our website. Now our demo site, wp-phd.com, is hosted on HostGator. And I just logged in here. I'm going to go to the file manager, find the website in the dropdown, and click on go. And you can do this via FTP if you're more comfortable in FTP. And I'm going to click on upload. And I will drag and drop my JavaScript file into the choose file section. It's already uploaded. It's under 4 kilobytes, so it's really quick to upload. And if we reload the root, we see the file is right here. Now what we'll need to do is include a path to this file on our website. Otherwise, it won't be loaded into the website. So if we go back to our WordPress dashboard, I have a plugin installed called Code Insert. Now you may need a PHP insert plugin like this, or your theme may have a section where you can include code into the footer, or you may have a child theme where you can put it into the footer manually. But what we want to have happen is if we go back to the basic implementation, or even with some options, we see that first we have the Vimeo iframe embed, then we call the jQuery library, which is usually called by default on most WordPress installations, so we're not going to worry about that right now unless we run into problems later on. And then below that, we want to call the Vimeo script that we just got from Sander. So I'm going to copy this piece of script right here, this include code. And I'm going to go to my plugin called Code Insert and then add new. And I'm just going to type in Vimeo event tracking code. I want it to go in the footer. Priority, give it 100. I want to insert on all pages. And then we scroll down in this box and we just type, or we paste the code in. It's in our root, so I'm just going to paste the URL of the website right here, and that will load that JavaScript into the footer of our website whenever a page loads, any page. You could also include this just on pages that contain your video, which would be much better for your site load time because it wouldn't be loaded on pages where it isn't necessary. But just for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm just going to load it on all pages. And now we have to find the page where we have our Vimeo video. And I've already made one in the past. If you need help embedding a Vimeo video, I have a tutorial on that already. I've linked to it below this video, so you can check that out if you need any help with that. If not, you can just follow along. And this is the default Vimeo embed code that you see right here. And the one that Sander has accesses the Vimeo API, so there's a bit of enhancement in the code. So we go back to his implementation, and you can choose the basic one or the with some options. I like the with some options version. And then we highlight that piece of code and copy it. And this is what I do so there's no transcription errors. I come back to my website, I paste it in, and then what I do is I just copy the video ID from the existing embed code and just paste it over the new one. And that way there's no transcription errors. Because if you want to type all this in accurately into your existing code, I make errors once in a while doing that. And so to avoid any errors, I like to just paste it into the code that I get right from Sander. And you can read more about the HTML tags that he has added in here, like data progress true, data seek true, data bounce true. You can read about those on his website. But I just keep them all set to true, and then I click on update. Once the update is complete, I'm going to click on view post. And here we see our Vimeo video. And when we push play on that, it should start tracking events in Google Analytics if we did everything right. But before I push play, I want to show you where you'd go to see this information. So we're going to hop over to Google Analytics. This is the dashboard for the demo site that we're on, wp-phd.com. You want to click on the real-time section and click on events below that. And this is where real-time events are being tracked. So when you have a bunch of these event tracking codes set up on your site, you can see visitors doing these things in real time, which is pretty interesting if you have a lot of traffic. So if we did everything properly, I should be able to push the play button on that video and events should start appearing right here. So let's go back, push play. It's going to run through the whole 3-second video. And now the video is done. We go back to Google Events or Google Real Time. And there the events are. They just appeared. Sometimes it takes a second or two for them to appear. But what we're seeing here is when the video was started, that's when that event occurred. And they're out of order, as you can tell. But then once it's played 25%, this one fires, 50% for this one, 75% for this one, and completed video, you get that event. So what this means is if you have a lot of traffic, a lot of people watching your videos, and your videos are more than 3 seconds, you can get a really good idea of how long people are watching your videos before they stop. And you can then figure out how to keep them engaged for longer. If it's your sales video, for example, you want to keep them online until at least they hear your sales pitch. So this is the real-time reporting, which you only see in real time. Once you can see events for the last 30 minutes as long as the user is still active. Actually, that's not true. You can see events for the last 30 minutes even if the user is not active. The active users tab is only relevant while the user is still on your site. However, after that, this information is gone. After that 30 minutes, you don't see that data in here anymore. You have to find or go to a different Google Analytics report to see that data, and that is found under the Behavior tab on the left. And under Behavior, there's one called Events, and there's 4 different reports under here. And if you just go to the Overview one, it shows you I gotta change the date to today. And then we'll show you an overview of the events that happened, and we have the Vimeo video event and the different actions that they were, which is 25% played, 50, 75, video completed, video started. So those are the events that were tracked today. but you look at any time range. So for the entire time you've had that event tracking in place, you can report out that information. So this is where it becomes really valuable. The real time is more interesting for interest's sake in regards to events. And these reports are much better for long-term reporting, where you can identify trends and then figure out solutions for these events either firing or not firing, whatever the case may be, and try to improve whatever it is that these events are associated with. So in this video, we learned how to track user interactions with your Vimeo videos and to see that information inside of your Google Analytics account using Sander Heilbron's JavaScripts to make this very easy. And I'm sure if you install this, you will get a lot of really cool data on your Vimeo videos on your website. So I hope this video helps you. My name is Bjorn Allpass from WP Learning Lab. Please make sure you like this video if it helped, share it on social media, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and check out wplearninglab.com, where we write about WordPress every single day. Talk to you soon.